to Terrie Weather Talks with. So many wonderful episodes and so many lovely people to talk to. Now, this one, many of my lovely followers may well be familiar with Katfish Family Cruises because the lovely Lee did a Terrie Weather treat with discounts. So I wanted to bring him on today to have a chat with you all, let you know how he's going in lockdown. Let's have a chat with him. So let's bring him through. Hi Lee, how are you?
Hi, I'm doing fine, doing good.
Good, good. So you're in lockdown at the moment. Whereabouts on the island are you?
Well, we're in Puerto del Carmen, so we can just out far enough out so we don't have to hear all the rabble, but far enough, close enough so we can walk in. We're at the back of Puerto del Carmen.
Fabulous, fabulous. And I can see your side. Is that garden side there?
Yeah, we've got the garden just behind me here. We've got 3 kids, so we have to lock them out there. We're the only ones who've actually locks to lock the kids out than to keep the robbers out, you see.
And you've got a pool, I take it, so at least you've been able to have some fun time in the pool with the kids.
Yeah, we have like a blow-up pool, which don't get me wrong, we're not that posh. We've got a 4-meter blow-up pool that I've spent the last month cleaning and picking toys out of.
Bless you. Yeah, you're going to have to be cleaning it a lot more because I'm sure that the children are in there a lot more than usual.
Yeah. Well, we'd be stuck without it. When the lockdown started, Amy said we need to get the garden sorted because there's no way we can spend a few weeks. We thought it was going to be a few weeks with 3 young children with nowhere for them to play. So I went out and organised all that straight away.
Fabulous, fabulous. Now, obviously on Katfish Cruises, you go live an awful lot while you're out there, while you're out at sea with all your lovely customers. And I know that you get lots of people commenting. It's really nice. You actually feel like you're part of the cruise. So it is a really lovely thing that you do.
Yeah, you probably won't recognise me though because I was cheered by my wife and the kids the other day. Some of you might have seen the video. So I do. I go around, speak to people, find out how their day, how their trips are going, and just let people know what the weather's like. I reference your weather quite often, let people see what's going on. While we're on board, because it's the only way to do it. And you tend to find that people who visit things like TripAdvisor and stuff like that want to see really what goes on, not just what we want people to see. It's almost like a live show, like a live video show every time I'm out, to be honest. People, and we have had the people who said, please don't video me, I'm not with my other half, which is quite embarrassing.
Oh, really? That's a little bit of gossip.
We're trying to make sure we look after people's secrecy.
Bless you, bless you. Now, I've been lucky enough, I've been out with you guys on a day cruise. I've been out on the sunset cruise as well. And I even got to meet, you have some special characters that go on board. I got to meet the lovely Captain Jack Sparrow. Yes. So tell us a little bit about those.
Right, well, so this year it's a little bit different. It was a lot different. What we found last year was that the reason why people were booking, we found out, is because the mums wanted to see Captain Jack. And the kids were like, well, who's this guy then? And most of them were scared of him. So because we market ourselves as a family trip and a family excursion and experience, this year the idea before close down, we were going to have a fully immersed Hook experience. Captain Hook, Peter Pan and Tinkerbell were 3 of the characters that were going to be on the boat. We also have Smee, and there was a toss-up. It was either going to be me that was going to be Smee, obviously because of my stature, or it would have been Captain Mike who was going to be Smee. I think he suits Smee better. But what we're going to be doing this year, things have changed a little bit because of the lockdown. So we're looking at what we can do. What we did last year, because it was our first year, we hit the ground and we did absolutely as much as we could do, to the point where, believe it or not, we weren't really making any money taking people out. To try and give it a big launch, and it did that. It got where we wanted to be. We're ranked #1 boat in Puerto del Carmen. If you look on outdoor things to do outdoors, we're ranked #5 out of 69, I think it is, and we did that in a very short period of time. So this year we were going to do something similar, and we were hoping that to be able to because we knew what we could charge for the product. We were hoping to do a similar thing this year. The problem we've got is we are in the situation where we might not have a summer. And that puts us on the back foot, really. So what we would be doing, we still have fantastic entertainment. We're still going to be diving and swimming, because we did scuba diving off the boats as well for some of the kids, and the adults had a try. They can try the scuba diving. We're still going to be doing jet skiing. We're still going to have the crazy UFO. We're still going to be doing live food, or not live food. That's the Chinese. They do that, don't they? We're still going to be freshly cooked food on board. But what we're going to be doing is we're probably going to be having our own crew dressed as the characters this year.
I can imagine you in a Tinkerbell outfit with the wings.
I've donned the odd tutu and wings. You know, that's what us men do.
I can see that. I can just picture you dressed in a suit.
Yeah, because my wife, as you know, my wife's got multiple personality disorder, or she's an entertainer, whichever you want to call it. My kids have the same traits, so and I tend to get roped into, you know, stuff.
So just for the viewers watching, in case that's confused them, I am also doing a chat with Amy, and Amy is a tribute to Amy Winehouse, Dolly Parton, and Shania Twain. Just to explain that a little bit.
and sometimes she sings as herself as well. So I don't know who I'm coming home to. I wish to come home to, but quite often it's Shania, Dolly, or Amy Winehouse.
Fabulous, fabulous. Now, as well as the shared cruises, people can actually private hire you, can't they, for functions? And am I right in thinking you could even have your wedding?
You can have you can have everything from the main ceremony, right the way down to the before parties, the after parties, the hen parties, the stag parties. We've done everything. We've done funerals as well. We did a few funerals last year. So what are you laughing at? Not funny.
Did you really? Is that quite serious?
Yes, we did funerals. Because people go out and they for example, one of them springs to mind was a German family who's lost their father, and he was a keen sailor. So we went out to where he sailed. And then you'll be surprised how many funerals are done on boats. Yeah.
So is that more of kind of a memorial service, and then are they allowed to scatter the ashes, or?
Scatter the ashes, yeah. They drop the ashes off the back of the boat, and obviously they have to be pre-approved, because you can't be just dropping stuff in the sea. And they sit there and remember their loved ones, you know.
I did actually think you were joking. I actually didn't realise that was serious. So, but that is actually a lovely thing to offer.
Yeah. Well, we decorate the boat, you see. So we've got black ribbons and all that if people want it black. But usually people don't really for them kind of things. They want it. The reason why they want to go out is they want it to it's a celebration as opposed to, you know, anything that's quite so morbid. But we do, as I said, yeah, we do. I mean, I counted. We actually had 44 proposals on the Katfish in 2000.
Wow!
So we're expecting a few weddings, guys. If you come and got proposed on our boat, you owe us the wedding, all right?
Absolutely.
And we've got a few of those videos out, which, you know, my wife cries out when she sees.
That's such a lovely thing. It is when you're out on the boat, even if you are on a shared, it feels incredibly intimate. You're not a huge big boat. It's not that you're going to get lost on there, and you really do meet some lovely people and make some lovely friends on the shared cruises as well.
Yeah, well, we have singers on board as well, so we have live music on most of our sunset cruises. And we've had some fantastic entertainers. My wife has sung also. She's obviously a fantastic entertainer. When I can afford her, she comes and sings on the boat, because she's more expensive than I can normally afford. We've had the great John Pick, who does swing music, and we have Alice, who is our little bombshell of a party and disco. And people are fantastic. The feedback we get is absolutely phenomenal.
Definitely. I've watched many of the videos back, and I've been on the sunset as well. The views that you get out at sea and looking back to the island really are magical.
Yeah, it's you don't realise when you're sitting on land. because unless you can learn how to swim out and watch a sunset, which most people aren't going to do, when you're looking at the land from sea to watch the sunset, not over a horizon, on the backdrop of, for example, Femez Mountains, is something else. Yeah, and it's beautiful.
Yeah,
It's beautiful.
and the colours that the island reflects as well is something that you sat on an island looking out, you don't realise that at all.
Well, we quite often see like the whole sea turns red, and it looks absolutely gorgeous. And obviously, then you've got the wildlife as well that we sometimes see. You know, we were lucky enough on our penultimate sunset cruise. We were followed back to the harbour by a pod of dolphins.
Oh.
And people were. I looked around. I was filming, and I looked around, and I thought, I've got to try and catch people in the right moment of enjoying themselves. I couldn't find one person that wasn't crying on the boat. It was ridiculous. So that's that's the situation we were in.
Yeah, such an emotive experience seeing dolphins out at sea. It really is.
Well, with the sunset, and we had Enya playing. You know, there was not much more we could do to get people crying on that boat at that point. You know.
Bless you. So obviously, at the moment, the boat's not going out. You're not able to do that. When things do settle down, and obviously holidaymakers are allowed to come over, they can get in touch with you on Facebook to book the cruises. How else can they get in touch with you, Lee?
Well, there's nowhere you can't get in touch with us. So you can call us directly on our telephone number, which is 0034 689 545 449. Or you can book us on TripAdvisor. We're number 1 on TripAdvisor. Go and find us on TripAdvisor. Or you can come directly on our website, which also offers you a bit of a discount. So it's a bit cheaper than booking elsewhere. That's on katfishcruise.com, and that's catfish with a K, like it says on my t-shirt. We bought the boat with the name Catfish with a K. I didn't spell it wrong. And also, you know, if you are here with your TUI rep, we're authorised by TUI, or we're recommended by TUI. If you just put Catfish into any web search, you'll find it if you spell it with a K. And also, news for you. I didn't know if you know, we've got our own shop as well now. I didn't
know. Okay.
You can walk into our booking office, which is directly opposite Cinco Plazas in Puerto del Carmen. So it's called the Excursion. It's just basically called Excursion Centre.
Perfect.
Spelled the English way.
Perfect. So lots and lots of ways that people can get in touch and people can book with you. And am I right in thinking at the moment you have done a little offer in that they could book right now, pay a small deposit, and then obviously whenever it is they come to resort, they can then book the date with you and redeem that for a sale?
That's right. Yeah. What we're doing now, we're trying to make it so we can last during this time. What a lot of people don't realise is our main outgoings is the boat sitting there. When the boat doesn't leave, it just costs us money. There's no other way about it. And up until today, there's not been any help from the Spanish government for any autonomous people. So I'm talking about the bars, the restaurants, anyone who has to pay rent, like we do, we pay for our berthing, that still needs to be paid. So what we've done is we've put a little thing together where we're doing a gift card. And it basically means you can buy your trip now, and it never expires. It doesn't ever expire. You can buy either £50 or €50 or €30, whichever you like. And if you buy that between now and the 1st of June, we are going to allow you one free child, if you're a family, to come on board with us. That's completely free of charge. Thanking you for helping us or supporting us through the harder times. And you just spend that like money when you come with us, and it can be spent on any of our cruises. And it's, to be fair, we want to thank the people who have bought, because we've had a few people who have bought them for us, and they've covered out, for example, our accountancy fees whilst we've been closed. So it does help.
That's a lovely thing for all of my followers that do adore Lanzarote so much, to be able to at this time have something to look forward to would be, you know, something that would keep them going, and that it would build the excitement for when they do get to come over and come on holiday.
Well, this is the thing. We're asking anyone, if anybody who's going to be booking to come to Lanzarote, if you're definitely going to come and you really would like to come on the Catfish, buy a gift certificate now, because that will make sure that when you do come, we will be here.
So obviously it has been difficult times. You mentioned at the moment, I mean, I'm self-employed myself. The government and the councils here, there are things that they are promising will be done. Fingers crossed that's going to come in early enough that it actually does help us all remain.
Yeah, I mean, the problem we've got is this, is that without turning this into a political broadcast, politicians will say anything to make you feel happy, okay? And it doesn't matter if you're here, the UK, the America. This problem is not mine or your problem, Terry. This is the world. And
Correct.
Everybody who is self-employed anywhere in the world right now, whether they're America, they're all saying the same things we're saying. The difference is for Canary Islands is that our GDP, the money that we all survive on, is tourism. Unfortunately, in mainland Spain, it's only 12%, or it's just under 15%, actually,
Yes.
I think, is how much they need tourism in Spain. That's flipped on its head for the Canary Islands because we don't export anything.
Correct.
So we need tourism here. And we're about 80% of our income. And when I say as, I mean everybody in the Canary Islands is through tourism. So, therefore the government, the Canarian government, are going to have to do something, not just for me, not just for you, for every autonomous or person who is self-employed on this island. Because at the moment they're saying, we're going to do this, we're going to do that. No one's been paid a penny yet. And the bills are mounting up. And unfortunately, people who we have to pay, like the marina where I park the boat, where my berth is, they need paying, because if I don't pay them, they'll go bust. So it has a knock-on effect, you know. But we don't know what's going to go happen yet. The only thing we can do is to try and stay positive, work through it, and every time we're looking into a screen or a camera, smile.
Absolutely. No, absolutely. Which, you know, it was one of the reasons why I wanted to talk to so many inspirational people on the island that are doing really lovely, positive things, just to remind all of the followers that they come here on holiday and they see us at our best. And at the moment, it is so difficult for us, and it's, you know, they can empathise with what we're going through, and it makes them realise that we live and work here just as they live and work in their homes. I think a lot of people think we here are constantly on holiday.
Oh, yes, exactly it. People say to me on the boat, oh, haven't you got a lovely life? Oh, I'd love to do this. And I go, I had my hand down the toilet this morning at 6 o'clock. I pulled out somebody else's, whatever they've left behind. It probably, this part of the trip is fantastic.
Yes.
But all the worry, you know, and a boat, it is so expensive, you know. Something breaks, it's not a few quid, it's a few £1,000 or €2,000 every time.
Yes.
And the maintenance and the work. I mean, my crew are absolutely fantastic. You know, Fabrizio, Mike, everyone who comes on my boat say they love us as a crew.
Yes.
And not necessarily me, them. You know, and they work their absolute socks off before you get there. They're scrubbing, they're cleaning, they're cooking, they're maintaining. And when you arrive, they're full of smiles and pouring champagne. Yeah. But before that, trust me, they were, oh, you know, why can't somebody just wee in the toilet for a change? Do you know what I mean? That's the way it gets. And you're right, you know, we all have to, you know, people see us all here. People see my wife singing in Rancho, Texas as Dolly with the big sprites and smiles. And you'll see her here. She's been bouncing around out in this garden for 3 weeks doing personal fitness for these people to keep, because she is a fitness instructor as well. That's something else that not a lot of people know. But when she's finished that, she comes and sits, and then we do sit down and we talk about real issues. Oh, how are we going to feed the 3 kids that we've got, you know? Absolutely,
and keep them entertained and keep them positive as well.
And you can't be too negative around the kids because they're picking up on it, you know.
Of course.
So, you know, but the truth is, we're getting on really well. You know, what we're doing with this lockdown is I'm personally enjoying my time with my kids. Okay, because I haven't spoken to I didn't know who my kids were really when I first moved here, because I used to run a 24-hour repair centre and recovery centre for vehicles on the M4. That's what our business was before we came here. So it's nice that I'm spending time with the kids. And like last year, again, was another time during the summer they were on the boat with me all the time. So I'm enjoying this to a certain extent, and so is my wife. As long as we can just put them in a box for a little while somewhere, so we can at least have a conversation ourselves as well, it's okay.
That's lovely. Do you know, Amy actually told me a lovely, lovely story, and a few days ago, I think it was, she was telling me that they put on a bit of a special treat for you. Do you want to tell everyone about that?
Yeah. I think that was more. I think they were just fed up with seeing me in my pants, if I'm being honest. Right? No, we were told, don't come upstairs, don't come upstairs. And when that gets shouted downstairs from your 3 kids, there's a look of horror, your blood runs cold, and you get this feeling in your stomach, what have they broken, or what have they set on fire? So my wife and Amy and I looked at each other, and we go, oh no. So we walked, come upstairs. So we went upstairs, and yeah, our clothes were laid on the bed. A bit like, it reminded me of the scene out of Beetlejuice, where where the clothes are laid. And they were looking there, and Amy's makeup was all down there. Then they walked us down the stairs. And because what they kept, two of them kept us busy while one of them ran downstairs. They're good, these kids. They can organise themselves, except for when they clean their bedroom or anything, or do actually as they're told. And we came out to our patio area, and the table was laid. There was beautiful music on, and then they put on a lovely show, a dancing show. Please don't think I don't think it was lovely, but it was about the 30th dancing show we've had this week. And it was beautiful to see, and my wife cried, and I cried, because I've seen this show a few times. And we had a knife and fork, plate, and crisps. Oh. So it was fantastic. It was beautiful. It was all okay until they tried to do it again the next night, and we said, "No, look, we're not buying this." I could just sit on the sofa with our chocolate and watch a movie, if you don't mind. But,
oh, bless them!
They are very special kids, and they're dealing with this fantastically.
No, that sounds lovely. That sounds lovely. Now, is Amy around at the moment?
She's there.
Right. Okay. Bring her in. Bring her in. Hello, sweetie. Hello. Okay, so because you are such a fun-loving family and you do all these wonderful things, I'm going to ask for you to have a very quick little competition with me. So this is boys versus girls. I'm going to ask you to find 3 things. You're going to have to go and find them and bring them back. Okay?
I'm down. 1 second. Let me stand up, because she's already got the advantage, because she puts everything in cupboards. So.
Okay, so the first one to bring me back, this is for the first point. I want your toothbrush. I imagine, guys, now they are running around the house. Hopefully,
I might have to get them all.
Oh, he's got back the whole families. Oh wow! Did you steal it before Amy got to it?
I actually pushed her out, but she nearly fell over.
Okay, so the first point to Lee. Okay, so the second item that I want your favourite mug.
Oh.
Hopefully they're not going to break any of the mugs that are in the kitchen. Oh, and Amy's back! Amy's back! So what mug's
I've got a unicorn one.
Oh, a unicorn mug for Lee.
It's Paw Patrol.
Oh, is it Paw Patrol? And which mug have you got, Amy?
Oh, just a
regular old IKEA.
Just a good cup of tea mug. Well, this is the deciding point, guys. So who's going to win? I want you to bring me one of the kids' teddy bears. Is there one close by? Are they outside in the garden?
Now what's a teddy bear?
Oh, 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 oh! Can we find one? It's very quiet. I can't even hear any squabbling or.
You're not going to believe what she did to me.
Oh, hang on, we're losing clothes.
She had me in a headlock.
What are you doing? Oh, well, I'm so sorry to say, Amy, but I think Lee just pipped you to the post there.
Just about.
To the boys'
I need to sit down again.
Oh, thank you guys. That was so much fun. Thank you so much. Take care of yourselves, okay? And please stay safe, and I will see you on the other side.
Okay, thank you very much. Bye-bye.
Bye.